Right when I graduated, I lived with Tucker Schwinn, and he was like, "You have to come out and play," and I did. And after, I brought a 6-pack of beer to just buy my way into the crowd, and ever since then it was every week.
When I first started coming out to bike polo, I was photographing it. I wasn't playing. I went out to shoot it, and over a year of shooting, I ended up just eventually playing more and more and more until I didn't even bring my camera out anymore.
I had my work bike at the time, which was an old Schwinn I had set up fixed steer. And I locked it up just using a real simple cable lock, which is what I used to use in Nebraska, because nobody steals bikes really. And I'm sitting in the bar, and this guy comes in, a surly messenger dude, just big ass backpack, and all his rain gear on, and starts fucking screaming at me. I'm the only guy in the bar with bike stuff, and he's like, "Is that your bike outside? What the hell is wrong with you? You can't lock it like that. That's not how you locked it in Chicago. Where the fuck are you from?" And he's just screaming at me, chewing me out. And so we go outside and we look at my bike, and he tells me, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to buy a U-lock, you need to go here. So the next day I go to Rapid Transit, and Ben is working. And I start talking with Ben, and he shows me U-locks and stuff and whatever, that's done. And then he's like, "Well, what are you doing in Chicago?" And I'm telling him, I'm a messenger, I'm working for some sandwich shop. And he's like, "You should play bike polo." And I had no friends, and I was kind of depressed as hell. So I went to bike polo.
Bike polo is pretty much like 3-on-3 hockey on bikes. The object is to score a goal on the other team. The goals are starting to resemble hockey goals more and more. There's a few little rules that are polo specific. You have to hit the ball off the end of the mallet. You can't just hit it off of any part of the mallet.
It's just a sport. But what you're looking for here isn't that. You're looking for what the community is and what the friendships are. But bike polo is just a sport, like anything else. It just happens to be that we make of it what we make of it with all these good friendships and all these good times.
Dude, at the liquor store, I met this lady who said she lives in the neighborhood. And she's like, "What is that croquet-looking mallet in your bag?" "Oh, it's for bike polo." She's like, "Oh, I grew up with horse polo." And started talking about horse polo. I was like, "Yeah, we played on here if you want to come watch." She's like, "Oh, maybe I'll walk the dog and come by."
What did the lady look like?
It was, I don't know, mid-40s. White lady with glasses.
Black hair, blonde hair,
Blonde hair.
short, long.
I don't know, middle.
It's a clusterfuck. It's a wonderful place to be, but it's a clusterfuck. And they just sometimes have these ideas that are really nuts. So there's not a good way to explain the bike polo community as a whole. The best you can do for that is to be part of it. But then you're just another complex part that somebody can't explain when they're trying to explain the whole thing.
Short time I've been involved, I've seen some of the most ridiculous stuff, just great people, funny ass shit. Joe, who you interviewed earlier, got his feet tattooed in the back of the dirtiest, nastiest bar I've ever seen by some dude with a giant mustache, stick and poking with a pen, stick and poking his feet. My wife is just sitting there, drunk as hell, talking shit to him, "It doesn't hurt that bad, come on!" Just yelling at him, and he's this nasty bar in Lexington, Kentucky, just ridiculous. It was awesome. Did you see his toes? Joe!
I'm lucky to be at the level that I'm at, where I can go and party all over the world with all of my friends. It's a traveling party for the most part, and it's so much fun.
In the first year I was playing, I had people from all over the world in my house, Geneva, and, Germany, France. People from everywhere came to Chicago to play with us, and that really kind of that got me too. You know, people that knew our club specifically and wanted to come play with us, I thought was really awesome.
No, it sounds selfish that way. I want to be able to do what I want when I want to do it.
We do this because we like it. There's no other reason we do it, you know, and that's what's important.
I mean, I haven't traveled overseas like Joe has, but I've traveled all over the country, stayed on floors, had ate people's home-cooked meals, like play polo, you know, wherever they'll let me, whenever I have the time off. Basically, like we went out to, man, yeah, I've been all over the place now for polo. It's like it's kind of weird. When I was in Nebraska, I was really into music, and that was kind of my thing, and it was my outlet, and like that was where I got everything out. And I still worked on bikes, and I rode bikes, and I was a commuter and whatever. But like music was why I would travel. You know, I'd go out with a friend of mine's band to work or whatever. Music was what kept me moving, and now it's definitely polo. Like I see the world because of polo. I travel for polo more than I do to see my family.
If I could play polo for a living, I would probably be the happiest person alive.
We're having so much fun, man! You're not drunk enough?
If you show your toes, I'll show mine.